Okay, hello and welcome to our end of the semester presentation on our Management Information Systems from our Management 325 course with Dr. Anikel. My name is Emily Darling and I'm here with Ashley Combs. And the purpose of this presentation is going to be to discuss how information systems enable collaboration, motivation, work efficiency, and work effectiveness in today's business organizations. We will also identify the latest tools and techniques that are enabling this. To begin, I would like to introduce Ashley and I, give you a little bit about us. So, my name is Emily Darling, and I am from a small town called Algonac, Michigan. I am a marketing major with a communication minor, and I actually graduate in December, so that's really exciting. I currently work at the Cabela's in Saginaw, and my plans after graduation are to move downstate back with my parents and work with the Cabela's that just opened down there. While working in Chesterfield, I'm going to be their retail marketing specialist, so I'm pretty excited to have a job straight out of college, and I'm excited to be done.
All right, my name is Ashley Combs. Right now I am going into my senior year at Saginaw Valley. I will be graduating hopefully in May. My major is finance, minoring in legal studies, and I live in Montrose, currently work in Birch Run at Pottery Barn Outlet, and as far as after school, I'm just hoping for anything that is not retail.
Okay, so we are going to get into our presentation now. We're going to start by discussing what an information system is, as we all probably know what it is already, but just to reiterate that an information system refers to the combination of hardware, software, infrastructure, and trained personnel who are organized to facilitate planning, control, coordination, and decision-making within an organization. The next question is, how does an information system differ from information technology? Well, the biggest difference is that information systems cannot be bought. However, information technology can. Information technology refers to the products, methods, inventions, and standards used for the purpose of producing information. Basically, information technology drives the development of new information systems. So now we're going to get into the first part of our presentation discussing the collaboration of information systems. And basically a collaboration IS is an information system that supports collaboration. So the requirements for a successful collaboration, as you can see, are a successful outcome, which means that you complete the assigned task within the time and budget allowed. You know, you don't go over the budget and you don't extend the timing on it at all. You also are required to have growth in team capability, which means developing more efficient work processes while improving individually. And lastly, your requirement is to have meaningful and satisfying experiences. If everyone believes that a task is important, it will become more meaningful.
All right, so the primary purposes of a collaboration are 1, to become informed, 2, make decisions, 3, solve problems, and 4, manage your projects. So the first one, becoming informed, it's very important, and the main goal is to ensure that all team members are receiving and conceiving the information in the same way. And then for step 2, the decision making, there are 3 levels. You have operation, managerial, and strategic. Operational is decisions that support all of your day-to-day activities. Managerial would be decisions about allocation and utilization of the resources. And then your strategic decisions are those that support broad scope and organizational issues. 3, solving problems. It's your third primary reason for collaboration. And then 4, managing your projects. Projects are formed to create and produce something. So the 4 phases of managing your projects are starting, planning, doing, and finalizing. Switch slide. Collaboration tool sets. There are different tools that you can use to help collaborate. The 3 different levels of those are minimal, good, and comprehensive. An example of minimal would be email or like multi-party texting. They do have their pros, which they're free of cost and easy for most people to use. However, the cons of that is it's all text, so there's no voice or video options, which makes it a little bit harder to communicate. Next, under the good category, you have something like Google Hangouts. The pros of that is it's also free of cost and it's easy to learn in a short period of time. And it also gives you access to discussion boards, surveys, and you can share pictures and videos through third-party tools. However, the cons of that would be that the tools are not integrated and you have to learn how to use several different products. Then when you get into the comprehensive collaboration tools, you have things like Microsoft Skype, and that is a good tool because it has built-in discussion, blogs, pictures, and video sharing. However, on the downside, there are some additional costs if you wish to access premium features, and there's also a learning curve to using that product or similar products.
Okay, so next we're going to get into innovation and information systems. And innovation refers to something that is newly introduced, such as a new method or device. There are a lot of innovations that are occurring in today's businesses, but we chose to discuss the Internet of Things, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, self-driving cars, 3D printing, and mobile information systems. So to begin, we're going to discuss the Internet of Things, which refers to the idea that objects are becoming connected to the Internet so that they can interact with other devices, applications, or services. I thought that this graphic was a really good representation of the Internet of Things and how it connects to human value and connecting devices and all that. We're going to talk about virtual and augmented reality. Virtual reality refers to a completely computer-generated virtual world. That would be like the first picture up top. We all know about the VR systems that exist today through Samsung. I have personally never used one, but I have watched people use it, and they are completely convinced that they are in whatever world they are viewing at that time, and I think that's really cool. However, the comparison is augmented reality, which is the combination of real world with virtual images or objects. So a good example of that, as shown below the first picture, is Pokemon Go. So you basically the real world around you as the person is doing with their cell phone, and if there are already Pokemon in the area, it'll pick it up and act as if they're sitting right in front of you when obviously they're really not. Our next discussion is about artificial intelligence, which refers to the theory and development of computer systems that are able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. The artificial intelligence discussion is pretty touchy nowadays. I think that a lot of people are afraid of the, I guess, like robots taking over the world argument, but I think that a lot of people's fear is just fueled by people don't really know what to expect. They don't know how to anticipate artificial intelligence and how it's going to change our world. But when it comes down to it, I don't think that robots are going to replace every human on this planet. In fact, I think that they might replace some of them, but they are also going to open some new opportunities for careers in the future for people to work on this, this type of industry. Next, we have the concept of self-driving cars, which we all know is pretty popular nowadays. The fact that a car can drive itself means that it uses a variety of sensors to navigate like a traditional car, but without any human intervention. Supposedly, self-driving cars are going to make things easier, cheaper, and safer. So as this diagram discusses, it shows all the sensors and everything that are on a self-driving car, kind of breaks it down a little bit. I personally am not on board with the whole self-driving scene, but you know, in the next decade or two, it might be something that we become accustomed to and that we're actually a fan of. Next, we have the discussion of 3D printing, which is the action or process of making a physical object from a three-dimensional model. It basically happens by, as the picture shows, layering one layer at a time until you have an image or a product in front of you based on an image that you have developed. A lot of 3D printing is being used today for, oh man, it seems like everything. But you know, if you can construct a 3D model for it, basically you can print it as well. Lastly, we're going to discuss mobile information systems. And these mobile systems allow users to not only move physically and geographically, but also from one device to another. With mobile IS, users feel more connected than ever to each other because you are literally never without the opportunity to connect with one another. Anywhere you go, you can connect to somebody. So the result of our mobile systems continuing to expand so rapidly means that it's forcing the entire industry to reevaluate its methods while also creating a new career opportunity for tech-savvy professionals. While Ashley and I were making this presentation, I remember how different things were just 10 or 15 years ago, like how cell phones and everything were so different, and now it seems that anywhere you go you have Wi-Fi, even to the point of in the newest cars that are being produced. So mobile information systems are really up on the rise, and they are becoming incredibly important to our society.
The next thing we'll talk about is work efficiency and information systems. And work efficiency is basically just to accomplish something with the least waste of time and effort. So promoting efficiency within today's business organizations, there are 3 different types of applications that help do this. You have horizontal market applications, vertical market applications, and then one-of-a-kind applications. So horizontal applications are software programs that provide capabilities that are common across all organizations and industries. These are things such as word processors, graphic programs, and also presentation programs, therefore allowing companies to share their files from one device to another device, or even from one location to another location, using less time. Next, we have the vertical market applications, and these are programs such as software that fit the needs of a specific industry. So for instance, when you go to your doctor's office or even a dentist appointment, they use specific tools to schedule those appointments and also to store and track customer information. And these allow companies to be more organized and efficient within their business. And then we have the one-of-a-kind applications, and that's software that's developed for a specific and unique need for each company that needs it. These types of applications allow companies to gain a competitive advantage over others and also to get specific tasks done without wasting time or effort. And then you can also buy computer software for personal use in the same way that are made to do similar things to the horizontal, vertical, and one-of-a-kind applications, and these are called off-the-shelf software. Next, we have work effectiveness and information systems. So work effectiveness is being productive and capable of producing results. Overall, what helps us do that would be information systems. So hardware, software, data, procedures, and people. Information systems allow businesses to play an effective role in today's market. Without the proper hardware and software, the company would not be able to effectively store and use the data that it needs for its day-to-day operations. And that by training its employees to follow a specific set of procedures, the business organization ensures that it's operating effectively. And then some of the companies that rely on these tools and techniques today, we have YouTube, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, Android, and Google. And just by today we used Google Hangouts as well as YouTube Live to create this presentation. And they've used many of the things like they've used a lot of the tools we've talked about, and all of them have helped us be more efficient in creating this PowerPoint, but it also helps them be more efficient with their day-to-day activities.
And then in addition to those companies using those tools and techniques, I think it's important to mention that as college students, Ashley and I use these products practically every day. At least Apple, half the population uses that company every single day. So my iPhone is part of my daily life, using Microsoft to make this PowerPoint, as well as, using Google for the Google Hangout aspect and doing this video on YouTube Live. It's truly amazing that these companies are using all of these tools and techniques, but then at the end of the day, we're the ones using the systems that they have developed. So to wrap things up, Ashley and I just wanted to mention what we took away from this course this semester, all of the things that we have learned. I mean, obviously I learned a lot in this class, but I think what I learned the most was my Excel skills. I actually am not incredibly gifted when it comes to using Excel, and so all of the weekly Excel cases really pushed my abilities, and I actually got to learn a lot of things, and I actually really appreciate that, because when it comes to the future, I know how to use them now. In addition to that, this was the first online class I've ever taken in my 5 years at SVSU or high school or any of that. And so learning how to collaborate with people without being able to see them in person was actually pretty challenging, but I'm glad that I had to kind of bite the bullet on that one and learn how to do it anyways. And obviously this experience, I have never done a live presentation before. I was pretty scared of doing it, and I wasn't really a fan of the idea, but I am thankful that I had the opportunity to learn how to do this in the event that I ever have to use it in the future.
All right. And I personally, like, I've taken a lot of Excel courses, but even this class itself, it taught me a lot more about Excel, things that I didn't even know you could do. For example, pivot tables. That is a whole new world to me, and it did make it a lot easier. But then also, like Google Hangouts, just sitting there and learning how to use Google Hangouts and YouTube Live was an interesting thing for this presentation, because now I'll be able to use that in my life outside of it to communicate with friends and family when they're not in the same place. But then I was also, I know what an information system is, but this course overall did teach me a lot about the ins and out of an information system, because I think we use it every day, and we use all this hardware and software every day, but we never actually put a word or a name or a definition to that software and actually look at the ins and outs of how companies and businesses use it. So this course taught me a lot about the inner workings of a lot of companies that you don't sit there and take time to think about. All right.
So, yeah, I think that's it. And Dr. Anicle, we appreciate you taking the time to watch our presentation, and we thank you for your time to teach us this semester, and we hope to stay in touch with you in the future. Thank you.